welcome back. We're doing a quick video on another headlamp. Now I've done a few of these videos over the years, flashlights and headlamps. If you're an outdoors guy, this is definitely a must-have thing in your possession. If you're camping, fishing, hiking, and kayaking, or whatever you're doing for outdoors activity, you guys definitely need a good headlamp, so you can have hands-free activities doing other things instead of holding a flashlight in front of you while your other hand makes you slip and fall down a cliff or something. Field of use for this thing would be for all those and above. Now this is a COAST headlamp that I just bought from Walmart, which is the $24 COAST headlamp. It is 750 lumens at the high, and it is a low probably around 200, and then 300, 400, something like that, or 500 lumens as the medium setting. It does have a variable light control on the back of the it says on the thing, the I guess the battery life lasts about 28 hours, which I don't think it does, honestly. I will get into that later on. This version is the RL12R model. I have not seen a review on this one, so I'm going to do the review right now. Had it about a week now, and I'm going to give you the good, bad, and ugly on it. It does have the variable control on the back of the white light, basically, and it has a battery pack in the back here, which is like a 2,400 milliamp hour battery. It's like one of those like little rechargeable COAST batteries from COAST. And you could also put AAA batteries in this in case this runs dead on you while you're out in the field. You could bring 3 more AAA batteries with you in the field to replace the original rechargeable battery that's in here. It comes with a USB-C cable as well to recharge that said battery. Now if you guys want to take the battery out to recharge it, you have to pull this like little strap on the back from the headband. Little rubber sleeve here. I guess this helps protect the battery pack back here. You pull this little rubber piece off, and then the battery pack, it exposes the battery pack, as you can see right here, and that's where you put your USB-C cable in the back to charge it. If you want to remove it, you just pull this little tab here. Here guys, this is the ZX350 battery, Xenoth X battery. This is basically what you could buy for most of these COAST headlamps as a rechargeable battery. You just pull it out right there like that, comes right out, and then you replace it the same way you take it out. Also too, it has a place for AAA batteries as well. After you replace that battery, you stick it back in there, and you know, put the little rubber water sealer on the back here, which kind of is, it makes it water resistant, but I wouldn't say it's like 100% waterproof to depth. I mean, if you drop it in a puddle or something, it's not going to ruin it, basically. Headlamp, my bad. The way you operate it is you get 2 different light selection switches on the main light. For the white light, you have a red light, and you can also zoom out the red light to make it brighter or dimmer. Same with the white light. You hit the button on the other side, and you can go from dim to extremely bright to dim. It doesn't zoom out like one of those like focus lens COAST lights do, but you can zoom out and basically zoom it back in. What it does is it widens up the beam of the light. It doesn't really like zoom out from a long distance with it, but it does brighten up your whole area. And I know it's only 750 lumens. You know, you got some headlamps out there that are like 3,000 lumens, but you know, I find this works really good for when you're fishing, because you have a light in the front and the back, so you can be seen from both sides. You could also use this for, I don't know, a motorcycle or hiking, or so your friends don't get lost behind you. They can still see you with, you know, both sides of these this headlamp being on. Now the backlight is basically a red light, so people can see you from behind if you want that type of feature for that. You hit the light once and it'll blink, so they can see the blinking from a long distance. Or you can have a solid red light like that, and it doesn't blink. So you have either or, so they can see you from behind. I find something like this is invaluable if you're like in a canoe or you're hiking and you got a bunch of people behind you. They can see you so they don't get lost off the trail, or you know, somebody can find you in an emergency. That blinking light can help other people find you. Now with the white light too, I forgot to mention, is if you hold the white light in, it actually gets brighter, and then that variable light control does not work when you press down and hold that button in for the white light. But when you click it again, it goes away. But when you click it, you can actually use the variable control on the light to dim it or to make it brighter. But once you hold that button in, it doesn't go down when you use that dimmer in the back, which is pretty interesting. I like it. And it only costs like 24 bucks anyways, and I think it's a pretty good deal. I think it's a pretty good deal for what you get for 24 bucks. Now there's another version of this one that looks sort of similar to this one, but it's all like silver looking, and I wouldn't recommend that one because it's like 60 bucks. But for $24 out of the box, used it for a week. I dropped it in a puddle. It's shockproof. I dropped it a few times when I was at the dock fishing, and I dropped it in the water once in a puddle when I had to use the restroom at night. So I mean, something like this would be good for like around the campsite, you know, getting firewood, setting up tents if you got to your campsite late, cooking food, fishing, hunting. The red light, you can look at maps without blinding other people or yourself. But we're going to test it out and show you how it works, and give you my final thoughts on it. And I do think it's a good win and a good buy at Walmart for 24 bucks. The only gripe that I do have about this, if you're wearing it with a hat on, the bill of your hat will kind of like mess with the beam of light, and you won't really be able to see too good in front of your face. So you got to kind of point your hat down a little bit lower on your brow. So it'd be better if you wear this without a hat on, but I mean, I wear it with a hat on, but it doesn't really do very well with my hat, to be honest. But I use it for like tying knots and stuff when I'm fishing. And that rear light on this thing is great for, you know, say if you're in a kayak and you're paddling and somebody behind you can't see you, this actually illuminates you up pretty well to where they can see you from behind, and boats coming in the front of you as well as like say somebody jogging at night, they can see you in the front and the back whenever you're jogging or hiking or whatever on the side of the road, so you don't get hit by a car. We're gonna test it out when it gets dark, and I'll give you my final thoughts on it. Okay guys, we're up here doing the testing portion of the RL12R COAST headlamp at night. I'm gonna put it on and try it out. Again, I've had it for about a week now. It's pretty okay. Do the red light test, as you guys can see here. There's the red blinking light, so you can see them from behind. So if you're walking down the road, somebody can see you from behind, and you just set it on, well, one standard red light, as you can see. And over here we have the white light test. As you can see, pretty good. It's pretty bright as well. And the red light test as well, you can brighten it up all the way and actually see what you're looking at here. But yeah, we'll try to put it on my head and we'll try them out. Alright guys, here we go. Alright, give you the first person view of this. Okay, there you go. It's all the way up to 700 lumens. As you guys can see, it's dark as a dungeon out here, guys. You know what I mean? You don't get very far distance with it. It just lightens up the whole area. It doesn't really go that far, you know. So as you can see here, I could look up at my tree here and see everything in that tree. We'll dim it down to the white light right here, and yeah, you can see a fair good way. I mean, I could see over there, but it doesn't zoom out. It just widens up the brightness in front of you, as you guys can see. So it doesn't have a real true zoom out lens aspect for this, like some of the COAST ones do, where it has that little knob on the front to zoom in. As you guys can see here, I'm going uphill here. This is my backyard. Let's check it out over here. As you guys can see right here, there's that building up there, old ass building. Like I said, you can't see a long range with it, so you can't really zoom it out to like 100 yards, or it won't go like 40 yards at the least. You can barely see down there with it. It kind of does blind you out a little bit all the way. We'll go down to the lower setting here. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but there you guys go. That's about it. And we'll try the red light setting here. You can only really see it though whenever you turn it on as high as you can. Like right there. This is the red light setting right here on the headlamp, which is pretty good. It's really bright. You can see it like that, you know what I mean? Really well. It's definitely better than the last one I had, when it had just that little tiny red light and the blue light on it. You could barely see it. But with this, you could actually zoom it in really good and zoom it out to widen up the red light as well. It's got that variable control on it, but it doesn't like zoom out far. It doesn't beam out like a far distance like my other one does. This is just good for like this is just going to be good for what I'm going to use it for, fishing. The red light is just good for, I guess, if you're out in the woods and you don't want to be seen from a long distance, and the white light is good for you know, seeing things clearer at night, you know. If you don't care, if you're just camping looking for firewood and stuff like that, and you want to, you know, put the beam down medium, you want to control the beam down medium to all the way to its brightness. So that's pretty much the test right there, guys, with the COAST headlamp. Okay, that was the test, guys. It is pretty bright, as you can see from the video. As you can see from the video, and it gets really dark here. I mean, we don't have street lights like most cities do, so it lit up that whole area really well for a cheap $24 headlamp. I like it. I recommend it for 24 bucks. It's not a bad deal. I mean, you can get it, but you know, don't take my advice for it. I do recommend it, but go out and buy you one. I think it's a lot better than most of the competitors that it's going up against, like you know, the Energizer ones or the Duracell ones. Basically, the big box store versions of these headlamps. It's not a bad deal for $24. I think the only other one I saw at Walmart that was close to being this price was a Energizer one, and it only had like 4 different lights on it, and didn't have that reverse that light like this one does, you know, right here, which is great for kayaking and, you know, hiking or walking on the side of the road, or riding your bicycle or a motorcycle, so people can see you. I do recommend it. I give it if I had to give it like a 5-star out of 0 rating, I'd give it like generous 3.5 stars. I would give it 5 if it zoomed out. You know, the lens would zoom out from a long range. As you've seen in the video, it doesn't zoom out to a long range. It just widens up your area basically. But I would have gave it a better score if it zoomed out, you know, for longer ranges. I would rather have one that you could zoom out a longer range, because when you're fishing at night in a boat, you can actually see where you're casting, so you don't make a mistake. I've had that issue with this one where I took it fishing and I couldn't zoom out to see where that spot was I was fishing in, and it says it'll last about 28 hours. On the highest setting with both lights on, it lasts about an hour. On the dimmer setting on the front here and the back, if you're going to run it both on at the same time with the dim setting, around 2.5 hours. Misadvertisement on the whole 28-hour thing, but I do like the fact it comes with rechargeable batteries, and you can get AAA batteries with it, and it's only 24 bucks. I recommend it for that. I don't recommend it for a long range, like if you're fishing or sight fishing and casting at night for crappie or bass or whatever, it's not good for that. But it does work if you need to tie your lines off or tie a hook to a line or something. All right, guys, if you like this video, please hit the like, share, and subscribe. If you like this product review on the COAST RL12R headlamp, had it about a week now. I do like it. I like it for the price, but I don't like it for fishing at long distances at night. But it's okay if you're needing to tie a knot on a hook or something and you need to see how to do that. I recommend it for that. Okay, guys, this has been your old pal from Hondo. This has been your old pal Hondo from Hillbilly Tactical. You put God first, he puts you first every time. Peace out, everybody.